Hello, everybody. Let me do a tech check, make sure I'm in the right place and with some sound. Give me just a moment here. Come on, Facebook. Come on. Okay, I'm in the right page. Can I hear me? Can I see me? All right, got it. Okay, so hopefully this all goes well with the tech. There was an issue yesterday. Fingers crossed it doesn't happen again today. All good. So, welcome, beautiful people. I am Deb K, and this is the Thankfully Good video series. So it doesn't have to be Thanksgiving for you to be thankful for all the good that's already in your life and all the good that's to come. We all have the ability to create and to create good for ourselves and to create good for all. It's a very simple matter, and it's just a matter of you allowing it to be, to become and happen. Feel the truth in this statement and let go of the fear if you haven't already, and get moving in the new direction of good you want to flow to. So feel all of that appreciation in your journey and of your journey, and feel good about reconnecting to exactly who you are, who you were always meant to be, and who you were always meant to become. This is your journey and yours alone, but with love, hope, health, and joy in the mix, you surely will increase your possibility of a beautiful outcome for you now and forever. So I want you to remember that it's now time to become now and future focused. Remember who you are, remember God, and when you do this, you'll also start to feel 10 years younger by awakening that magical, marvelous fabulousness that's buried deep within you. And today, I hope that by the end of the live, you'll better understand the balance and the hope and the love that's flowing through this process for you. So, in this context, you will have a chance for reflection, introspection, for your desires to start flowing. It's a whole lot of what I like to say, out with the old and in with the true. And this is going to help raise your vibration, enable your energetic capabilities and your physical healing, and move you closer towards looking and feeling younger and more vibrant. So cheers to that. Cheers, cheers. Okay, I almost just spilled that glass of water on myself. So today, if you stay until the end of the video, not only will you get some immense introspection that hopefully will be very helpful to you today, but you can also learn how to work with me and the specials for November. Before we get even more into it, please do, as you join the live, go down in the comments, say hello, let me know where you're watching from. I love seeing where everybody is from. If you are on replay, hashtag replay, and where are you watching from? Please do like this page if you haven't already, and also share the page with your friends and family if you think it's something they would enjoy, if the content is something that would be helpful for them. You can also go to my private group and join. There is even more content in there, and you can follow me on YouTube. Please do drop your questions below. I will answer those live for you, and if they aren't questions that are live or comments that are live, I will come back to them and answer them later. All of my videos are available on replay, so if now is not the best time for you to watch live, that's okay. You can head back and watch them on replay later. Let's see. So if you are not familiar with who I am, well, your fairy godmother has arrived. I am Deb K, and I am here to help you go from feeling flat to feeling fun, flirty, and fabulous every single day, helping you to become the you-iest you that you can be, and celebrating this most magnificent life that you're creating. So what I share today may be different than your current understanding. That's okay. Just allow this to flow with you. feel the truth, let it settle, and ask any questions that you have, because we're likely closer on the same page than you realized just now. So, what I love to share with you is all around my Joy Vitality framework. I created a whole video series specifically about this, I think last year. It's all timey-wimey. I don't really keep track. And the Joy Vitality framework is the energetically expanded and evolved creation culminating from my very own personal journey towards magnificence over the past few years, and how it's evolved into becoming now and future focused in the way that I help women just like you to become youthfully joy-filled, magnificently marvelous, and become a whole, sexy, vibrant woman that can embrace exactly who you are. So you can also feel and look marvelous while you're doing it. Sure, there's ups and downs, but honestly, my journey has been magical and truly transformative, and I am so honored to be just like your very own fairy godmother and hold your hand through your process of creating your very own 10 years younger fountain of youth by helping you to awaken that magical, marvelous fabulousness that's buried within you, helping you to become the UHD that you can be, helping you to feel hope, health, and joy on the daily. And when you live the Joy Vitality framework, the ordinary will become extraordinary for you. You get to celebrate you. You get to celebrate life. You get to celebrate everything that you're creating that just lights you up. And you get to look and feel marvelous while you're doing it. So I say cheers to that. Okay, so this month we are focusing on Thankfully Good. It's a Thankfully Good video series. And on your journey, it's so important to understand that there's an energy of you, like divine you, not just you, everyday you. I mean, at some point, we're going to bring it all out and get it all fused together as one. But you can be thankful and appreciate your own energy. You'll find it's equally important to want to desire to create good and create good in the energy of you, divine you. It's simple. You just choose to remember who you are. Now, the work behind it will be a little bit longer, but that's okay. You choose to remember exactly who you are, your true self, as you were created in the love and light of God. And this is good. This is good as defined by God. Make the choice. Choose to create the energy of good for you, and you will choose to align to an ultimate choice of looking and feeling great on every level. You're going to feel absolutely marvelous, absolutely you, and you will end up appreciating your love for living life. My words, I don't know. The energy is so weird. I can see like on my camera, things are like flipping around. It's so bizarre. Anyway, let me get it together. You are going to appreciate the love for living life this way. And there's going to be no stopping of good for you and good for all when you open this up and live like this. So let's go. Let's get started and do it. Now, today, we're going to focus on the context of starting the process and seeing it through. So I'm going to share with you more about the believe releasing process and energetic physical healing and all the things that go along with that. So when you are starting the process and seeing it through, the best way is to use the believe releasing process. It is so easy. It's all laid out in a book called Believe by Fifth Dimension Earth. And I am a Believe accredited practitioner. There's literally only 2 of us left here on Earth. And I think in all of the multiverses and all of energy, there's only 2 of us left here. So, just a quick overview. If you haven't caught any of my other videos around the believe releasing process before, it's a God-given process and anyone can receive it. And as I mentioned, it's documented in the book Believe by Fifth Dimension Earth. And what happens is as you go through the process, you're going to feel an overall shift in emotions from fear to love to hope to freedom as you let go of the past and begin feeling better using the processes and the tools that are part of the Believe releasing process. What's going to happen is it's going to create true lasting change. There are 5 steps to the process. Now, they're simple, they're just not always easy for everybody, and it varies from person to person. We're all unique. We all have our own journey. We all do it in our time. I started with all the things that were really easy for me, even knowing that little niggling down inside that there was I should work on the big stuff. That would make the big difference faster. But I took the long way around. And the long way around for me was so I could be here and help multitudes of you. Whether you're taking the long way around or you're going straight for it, it's okay. I have the experience of taking the long way around so I could hit all of the different things that other fellow humans might experience along the way and need help with. So the first step is that your higher self is going to highlight to you low vibration that needs to be addressed, that is linked to key experiences you have. If you don't know who your higher self is, that's okay. Let me know. I will help you with that. I also have video series and other tools and things that are on my page and in my group that will help you as well. So this is what's happening in this first step, is that you're not having just another bad day. Your higher self is going to keep prodding you to notice the emotions that they are basically making you feel when you keep having the same highlighted low vibration or experience coming up for you. So from then a place of tranquility in step 2, so you have to get to the place of tranquility. There are tools and processes and exercises to get you there. But you, from a place of tranquility, allow yourself to receive the experience from your higher self and what the emotions are. So you'll be reminded of past experiences that are linked to each other. And maybe you didn't know they were linked to each other, but that's the genius and the beauty of this process, is that things link together in our subconscious mind and we don't always consciously know it or completely understand it. And this Believe releasing process will help get you there. So you're going to be reminded of past experiences and the emotions that go with them. And this is not to cause you any sort of level of distress. However, if you're not addressing these things, then you're never is not the right word. Then you're always going to continue to manifest in other ways, these same experiences. So maybe, you don't have a lot of luck in a relationship with boyfriends or something like that, or a girlfriend or whatever. If you don't handle what is all linked to all these experiences and the emotions around them, you're just going to have the same things repeating over and over in your life. And maybe you handle, that you handle something minor and you move on, but the same thing isn't completely handled that's linked to it, and it's going to keep manifesting in other parts of your life until you really, truly have that true change from going through the entirety of the Believe releasing process. I hope that made sense how I explained it. So what's going to happen is your higher self's going to bring up these experiences and take you through the emotions again. It's not to suffer, but it's so you remember what you felt like at the time. And it more replays like a movie. It's not you're reliving it and feeling it. It's more like you're watching it happen on a movie screen and you're in the audience watching it. So you have that step back. So you have a higher level overview of what occurred, whenever it occurred, and how you felt, from a slightly more objective view than being subjective right in the emotion of it. So what's going to happen next, in the next part of the Believe releasing process, is that you'll have further understanding of the experience that's going to be applied for a broader connection to the events. So this will be things like insight will come to you as to why others as part of that experience acted the way they did, or how you acted the way you did. It's a process that helps you try to change your perspective of the situation. So you're seeing it from all sides, from someone else's perspective, from your perspective back then, and maybe your perspective now if there's been a slight change already. Maybe from the perspective of somebody else who was involved in the situation, or the perspective of someone that you confided in about the situation. This is probably the hardest step of the believe releasing process, but it's very freeing when you can start to understand the disconnection other people have with themselves. Whereas you also likely in some of these situations had disconnection from yourself. So you is not consciously connected to your soul and all that you are. Okay. And other people are experiencing that at the same time, and they are acting and behaving and being part of your experiences from that perspective, that maybe they don't have it all together either, right? And that's not judgment on anybody. We all have that issue. Even when we are moving through our journey and we think we've got it all together, sometimes we don't. And that's okay. It's all about opportunity for growth and embracing that. So this step, this part of the believe releasing process can be one of the hardest, is understanding the perspective of others and of you at the time in the experience and the emotions. And it's not about forgiving. It's about finding compassion and love for others because they're going through whatever's going on in their journey. It's about finding compassion and love for you, and it's about finding compassion and love for your experience. That this is not just like some, poop show that was dumped on you and is your life. It's that, yeah, maybe there's a poop show that was dumped on you, but it's an opportunity for growth. And sometimes it's really hard to climb to the top of the poop mountain. So this process helps you get there. You just have to be open to doing it and moving forward with it. So you may need to go back to the step before this step of reliving, watching the movie of different experiences or the same experience again and again and again before moving on to the step where you can understand the shift in perspective and understanding others' parts and roles in your experience. Okay, so the next step 4 of the believe releasing process, actually has 2 parts. And the first part is that in finding love for yourself and others, you get to move into the step of truth creation. So truth creation will happen in a moment of sheer relief for you. Tears of love of your new understanding. You will be able to reaffirm a stated truth or truths that you can refer back to. And you can use these truths to apply to other experiences that need low vibration released from you, physically and emotionally. So your truth that you create out of this new perspective of love gets applied to that experience, as well as other experiences that are lumped together by your subconscious mind. So there's that link again, right? These are going to be memories that are grouped into what your mind considers other relevant experiences. You, consciously might look at it and be like, mind? What? This doesn't make sense why these are lumped together. Doesn't matter if it makes sense to you consciously or not. It's what made sense to your subconscious mind, and so that's how it is. And you'll be able to release key initial experiences. So what was the first thing in your life and your experiences that made you feel a way you felt, and then you felt that same way in different experiences after that? It's all linked together. And then at some point you peel back all the layers and get to that key initial experience, and you hit it with that truth that you can create, and bam, it's awesome. It's awesome. You'll be feeling better and feeling good in no time after that. So the second part of this step is that you can create what's called a journey level truth. And this is when you've released enough low vibration through creating enough truths that it can be applied to most of all of your past experiences and memories. So it supersizes the believe releasing process. It helps you accept that everything that's happened to you has, it's been meant to be. It's been part of your growth. It's how all you need to do is heal from these experiences, and that, nothing was your fault, but you have a responsibility to handle it. So it's the concept that nothing's your fault, nothing's nobody else's fault, but God takes the blame. And that goes back to soul contracts. I've talked about this before, but in your soul contract, there's certain milestones that you wanted to hit as a physical human experiencing, your ethereal energy stuffed into this physical container and coming here to create and co-create in physical. And there were things that you wanted to experience, and they weren't necessarily specific, but just general ideas of milestones you wanted to hit. And basically, like, if you're sitting around hashing out like a business contract, your higher self and God sat around, figured it all out, and God had the final say and signed off on it. And then you came down to earth as a wee little baby living a physical life, remembering or not remembering what you wanted before you got here. So that's what is meant by nothing is your fault, but God takes the blame. He signed off at the end, and it's okay, because if you let go and just go with this process, God's always going to be there with you. Your higher self will always be there with you. Your soul is always going to be there with you. It's just a matter of peeling back the layers and remembering and understanding and finding that new perspective to move from fear to love. So, this step of creating the journey level truths that like covers a whole lot of experiences all at once is only done with your higher self. But I feel like, depending on how much there's like this change, a little bit of like an evolvement in the believe energy, is that if you are maybe the energy that changes in evolvement is because if you've gone through the process once, maybe it's with you evolving and with you moving forward on your journey. But regardless, this is true, is that you can only do this step with your higher self, but it also feels like God's going to be there. God will be there for you. And if it's hard for you to accept like doing the process with your higher self, do it with God. It's okay. It's fine. It's all good. So the main thing is that you must be connected to your emotional body. If you don't know what that is, it's generally the portion from like here to your pelvic area where you feel like you have those gut feelings. You know what I'm talking about? Or your heart flutters when you're excited or happy, or anything like that. That's your emotional body. And you can feel physically these emotions in that part of your body. You will be able to do emotionally led releasing instead of experience led releasing. So instead of sitting there and watching the movie play, you can just feel the feelings when something's coming up and understand what it's linked to. And then you will have, you'll understand that this is linked to a core set of low vibration emotions. So there's going to be like a core theme to, when I feel XYZ, like, this pain or whatever on this left side, for example, I know that this is linked to this experience, and therefore this experience and this experience and this experience. So then you can link this to your journey level truths to apply to the emotions. And you can ask your higher self to apply those truths to all of the remaining relevant memories in your subconscious mind that you may not even know consciously about, to be relabeled from fear to love, to release the egoic resistance. Oh, the step's like a silver bullet. And I know it may not, if you've never heard what I'm saying before, it may seem a little confusing. But that's why it's so good to have somebody like me help you through the process. Because I've done it. It's not confusing for me. I get it. And I can help you with that. So you'll end up in a place where you feel good, like divinely feel good, when you do enough of this. And you will turn off that dripping tap of emotions that just drips all the blah, 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 low vibration in the background. And I like to go a step further, because if you do it enough and change enough and release enough low vibration and change those archive memory markers that are back there in your subconscious, you can actually turn that dripping tap of emotions to be dripping tap of emotions of love. Love labels, love emotions. Why not have your dripping tap not just turn off the fear, but turn on the love and live from that energy? It's amazing. So the final step of the believe releasing process is letting go. You're going to let go of the habitual way of being heavily influenced by your subconscious mind. So you're going to end up noticing when you're having these feelings of like, everything was going well, but then this keeps happening, and focusing on that. Like, you're not going to do that. You'll notice it, and you need to take action. You need to be like, you know what? That's like a latent habitual thing. So you may find that you're finding yourself in a resistant mind state, and the way to freedom is actually getting into an expectant mind state. So how are you going to do that? You've been through this process at this point at least once. You know, you can timey-wimey, loop-de-loop-de. Maybe you have to go back and strengthen a truth because you have a new experience and you didn't react exactly how you expected, having done all this work. Do a little more work. It's okay. You're just making it even better for yourself in the end. But what you do is you act as the new changed you. You live the truths you created. You believe in the truths you created because you've let go of the fear. You've let go of the low vibration. You've brought in the true. You've brought in the high vibration. Live like that. Don't live like, well, I don't get to enjoy all the hard work I just did because I used to be in what was and like this. This is who you are now. Live that way. Embrace it. And you can generate tons and tons of high vibration by living like this. You can ask your higher self and God to like take all that high vibration and dump it in your truth buckets that you've created. Buckets and buckets and buckets of truth you can dip from. Maybe that's even where your dripping tap of emotion sources its dripping, right? It drips the love from those buckets of truth you've created. And this is going to help you when you live like this, help you manage your transitional vibration. So throughout the day, we have ups and downs, right? And if you're at the beginning of the believe releasing process, you may even have possibly like manic swings of ups and downs. And when you get to this point where you're living your truths and you're managing that transitional vibration, you're going to be more even. And you might have little dips here and there. Okay, we're still physical human. We're still having new experiences. We're still navigating through life that we've not navigated through before. We've not been here and done this before as us, as you right now. Never happened. This is the first time for everybody. So give yourself some grace, give yourself a break, and recognize this is a way to manage it. And you can create a standard truth template that will support all your other truths. And living your truths is going to fully clear down any of the archive memory markers of the what was and I don't get to live good even though I did all this work. Well, that stuff, get it out of here. Get it out of here. And eventually living this way, you're going to reach your broadest truth, which I think I talk about next week. But what's really also awesome is that going through this process, you're going to have physical healing occurring along with your emotional healing. And you'll notice if you're out of physical alignment, it's your vibration that's altered. When you're out of emotional alignment, your vibration is altered. When you have transitional and stored vibration, that is low vibration, it's going to focus in a particular area and you'll have physical issues that arise. Some people call it disease. Some people call it sickness. Some people call it aches and pains. Some people call it, I'm just getting older. It's not that. It's just low vibration that you need to move out of there and change from fear to love emotions and have that stored as high vibration. And you'll feel so, so much better. I can tell you this because I have personally lived it. I have gone from all sorts of like being diagnosed with autoimmune, this and that and the other, and not being able to walk, to being a perfectly functioning physical human who is probably in the healthiest and best shape of my life. And you would like probably fall over if you knew what my physical age is. I'm a lot older than I look. So you can do this, and you can influence your energy to evenly distribute and shift out any of that low vibration, which will help your physicality heal. And the more high vibration that you feel in a moment, the sooner you're going to be moving predominantly into a high vibration transitional vibration throughout the day. You'll automatically just move out of low transitional vibration. And with your physical alignment, because of high vibration, will come greater physical, emotional, and spiritual energy for you. You're generating it. It's your energy. You're just tapping into what you are still connected to and always have been connected to through your soul, to God and love and truth and beauty and light and all of the positive high vibrational emotions. So physical balance is available to all, even if you've had health issues in the past or for some time, or you're worried about something in the future. You can let go of all of that. So I say cheers. Cheers to that. So to summarize it up in your very own wonder and magic, when you take the time to reflect on your journey in context through the belief releasing process, through any of the things I share with you, you're going to have a better understanding of you. You're going to have a better connection to God and your soul. And this means that you can become that youthfully joy-filled, magnificently marvelous woman you are looking to become. You can celebrate you and this most magnificent life that you're creating. You can make the ordinary extraordinary, and you can feel hope, health, and joy on the daily, and be creating your very own 10 years younger fountain of youth, for sure. So, what is happening here? I've got weird things in my notes. There's like an extra page that doesn't go with today's live. That's all right. Okay, so what is coming up? So next week on Tuesday will be part 3 of Thankfully Good video series. Please do click on the event. You can click to join, and even if you can't be on live, you can click it and get the reminders so you can watch later on replay. Coffee with Deb K, awesome live guidance for your body, mind, and soul is going to be tomorrow, Wednesday, November 15th. We're going to talk about the topic of cleanse, as that part of the pathway has circled back around. November holiday product specials. We still have the limited edition holiday products. We have a volumizing hand cream, an ultra rich foot cream, a shimmering body oil, and they're all packaged in beautiful gift giving packages. Super awesome. I love them. They smell amazing. They have a citrus scent with top notes of nectarine, mandarin, lemon, pear, green apple, and middle tones of honeysuckle, peony, white tea, and coconut. Literally smells divine, and our holiday collection is available through November 20th or while supplies last, and you can get as many of these products as you want for yourself or to gift give. The more you buy, the more you save. You can mix and match. You can buy 3 products and save over 15%. You can buy 6 products and save over 30%. You can become a consultant on my team if you want to do something that helps other people, generates more income for you, and you get to work with me very closely. So if you're interested, let me know about any of that. And what else? Well, as your very own fairy godmother, I am devoted to compassionately helping you create the change that you desire to look and feel 10 years younger with hope, health, and joy along the way. And all of my one-to-one programs are updated in now and future focused energy. And there are some booking openings still open. So if you are interested in jumping on that roadmap to your fountain of youth, get your spot locked in. There's a link above. You can go in there and click on that and get something booked in. But if you're not sure which next step is right for you right now, book in your free Fountain of Youth discovery call and we can discover that together. Let me see if I don't see any comments or questions right now, so I'll check back later if I get some notifications about that. But I do want to thank you all for being here and let you know to remember it is time to stop feeling flat and start feeling fun, flirty, and fabulous every single day. It's time to start feeling 10 years younger by awakening that magically marvelous fabulousness that's buried within you. I will see you tomorrow for Coffee with Deb K and next week for part 3 of Thankfully Good video series. Sending so much love. Bye-bye.